think it's a really interesting series of maps that we've got here as well. Some interesting ones, of course. We've got Ancient, which has been seeing a lot of prominence recently. I know everyone was really hesitant to play it when it first came out, but it's really finding its feet at the moment. A lot of teams are playing it, which is really nice to see. Overpass, one, as we said, we don't get to see very often. New, love a good, but we're going into our first map now, I think. So we should be
I hope so, yeah. When we're getting these
players.
countdowns, it's like, are we actually finally going into the map? No way. Here we go, underway. IEM Sydney, first game of the Asian Close qualifier. And it's 5yclone versus ATOX. ATOX starting off on their T side. Callus with a whole lot of util. And Dobby with the smoke of his own, as it looks like they're going to up the tempo a little bit. Head over towards this B site where Mercury's ready and waiting with Julies.
Absolutely. It's going to find a little bit of damage there, but the Julie is absolutely ripping through Yami there.
Oh, not bad at all. Lovely opening pick. Plant will go down and things stagnate a little bit as the retake ready, but a man advantage in their favour. No util, so fully reliant on the firepower, but firepower they have. And the numbers whittle down further.
Absolutely. Now this is definitely looking a little bit difficult to keep hold of the side now. Only 2 of them and 4 men running up that ramp towards them. JamYoung gets the first ball, and it is just Kabal now, desperately trying to find anything here or get out alive even.
Oh, Kabal rattling off shots. He's desperate to connect with the hedge, but no such luck comes his way. And yes, certainly not able to deny that defuse. So it's going to be the first on the board for 5yclone. An interesting approach to that, to be perfectly honest. Giving up the bomb site, playing for the retake, but the early duel going their way obviously does them a lot of favours. And I always say that B bomb site on Ancient, it's very easy to get onto, right? If you're playing a defence where you are staying on that bomb site itself, then you're very, very exposed. There's not a lot of cover, and it's very difficult to defend. But yeah, that's also a bit of a double-edged sword, because it's very difficult for ATOX to hold on to that bomb site, keep the retake away, especially in a pistol round where util is limited.
Absolutely.
Aggression in, force spy here for ATOX. Yeah. A lot of control here taken as well.
It is. They pushed up really far as well, wanting to make sure that they absolutely have no map control here. But it doesn't matter, because they are all the way on the other bomb site, and they have a site here. But whether they can flush out the enemies already on site is another matter. They will get the plant down, though.
Yeah, getting away with these bomb plants all over the place. Whilst the retake's coming in, they've already got a man advantage. A lot of damage dealt. Look at this. W's on a single point of health. Boost is perfect. Trade good, but a 4v3. Dobu's still rattling off shots. Just trying to be a bit of a distraction, man. Trying to bait them into his teammates. Crosshair, JamYoung, all on his lonesome. 3 players low, but he's not going to be able to get it done. And ATOX pick up the second. They bite right back. It's a bit of a worst-case scenario for a CT side. Now they're on double eco. And yeah, that's rough. That's a rough way to start off the game.
It really, really is. That conversion round, absolutely crucial to get hold of. And of course, losing it in such a manner. Luckily, they did a little bit of damage there as well, taking the weapons out of a couple of ATOX's hands there. But it's not really looking good for them coming into this. They have sort of forced here an A4. Interesting choice, but hopefully we'll see it find that bit of impact that they need. Maybe do a little bit of damage, a little bit of economic bonus here as well.
Yeah, working his way up behind this smoke. Of course, it's only pistols on the other side of things. Now, these players, mechanically, very, very capable of getting it done with tools like this. The odds certainly not in their favour. Nades rain over. It's going to be a lean over towards this A site, and it seems like they should just be able to take this.
It does. There seems to be fights going on both sides as well, though. Trying to get that map control and pincer, I think. But Coolest fighting for the site here, gets one. And site is sort of theirs. Plant going down once again. They've been really good at getting these plants down early. And they have plenty of men alive for the post plant. And it looks like the save has already been called here.
Yeah, nice little distraction play from Yami there too. Even though he only actually finds himself 1 kill, he does enough there in the form of just keeping the B players busy, slowing down those rotations. He does give them an extra rifle. So whilst we will see an eco in the next round, they'll have an M4 and an AK to work with, a chance to maybe do a little bit of damage, try and keep that T economy honest, because at the moment, it's got a good chance to snowball.
It does indeed, and that is what 5yclone desperately wants to try avoid here. Now, even though, as we said, that 1 kill only finds them a little bit more map control, and it's the pressure as well. Just applying onto different areas of the map. Messiah, almost spotted there. That could have been scary.
Yeah, I'm surprised he pokes his head up there and even entertains the idea of trying to take a gunfight. But as soon as he hears them coming, he hears a few more than just 2 footsteps trotting along and says, oh god, I don't want anything to do with that. Tucks his head back down. It's probably the right call to make. So, as I mentioned before, a full eco here, but 2 rifles around it. Pistol invested by Kaze. JamYoung with one of his own as well, but probably not much opportunity to do damage here. It's going to be ATOX to take a comfortable third, more than likely.
Absolutely.
A very good
and
way.
lack of utility as well, which will sort of hinder them greatly. It will mean that they have to take those fights. They don't have the smokes to block off the angles and to buy themselves that time, really. So it will sort of be just dry fights for them here. Unfortunately, weapon disadvantage, utility advantage. Good little bit of damage there onto Mick.
JamYoung, oh, he's under so much pressure, just forced right back. The smoke and molly combo knocks him right out of this bomb site. And yeah, I guess they throw themselves at this. They haven't got a whole lot to lose, so boost over for Mercury, see if he can get a sight line in. He's not going to be able to see anybody right here, but if someone's boosted up, which they are, then could maybe have a chance to do a little bit of damage as the smoke starts to fade. Messiah has managed to slip right through with all of the distraction over towards CT. He's actually got a bit of space here to work with. Cool, let's trade back and forth. Messiah, Mercury with 2 of their own, but there's no kits. They just don't have time to get this one done. No one's on the bomb yet. It's beeping far too quickly. And, well, it's all just about damage, and damage they do. So they make things expensive for the T side, but 3 rounds hit here for ATOX, and whilst it seems a little bit BM, they hit the benchmark. They hit the benchmark of the round count that they got last time. And, yeah, that's maybe a little bit of weight off their shoulders.
It is indeed. Now, that play there from Messiah, if it had been just a little bit earlier, they might be able to find something a little bit more in that round there. But definitely scary for ATOX to see that they had somebody slip through the cracks like that as well. That's going to be getting them paranoid now.
Well, Molly into the cubby, one on top of the box is trying to apply a bit of pressure here onto the CTs in case they are taking the middle control, which they are. Messiah was very, very aggressive on the other side of that smoke. Kaze. Lovely opening, better start. It's exactly what they need right now as well. They've kind of been lacking those opening picks in these past couple of rounds. And if you keep jump spotting Yami, you're going to see what a FAMAS bullet tastes like.
It will look like we'll just back off there. Advent caught Dobbo out in the open there, full blind as well. That's an uncomfortable one. A little bit of fight in mid, poking the head up does Messiah, spots one, but is just going to fall away, not wanting to lose their life in, knowing that they're a little bit too valuable to die.
Well, they're just picking them apart. I mean, this is so much better from 5yclone, and especially considering they didn't even have those premium rifles. They've got 2 FAMASs in play here. Now, they will be able to swap out to the AKs. But yeah, not a single casualty, and that might continue as JamYoung gets brilliant timing. Yami drops, and yeah, flawless round. Absolutely perfect. Advent. Why has he not gone hunting for an AK? There was AKs galore. They were spread all over the place.
Doesn't need it.
Across the FAMAS. They are going to be against another buy here as well. ATOX. The bank isn't broken, but it's not
This could be the round to decide it, yeah. This will be a very important round for the economy as well. So ATOX really needs to win this. They will be forced back onto an eco if not. So important one to win. Weaponry not looking great, however, though. We can see that MAC-10 there, the pistol there on Kabal as well. Not really what you want to be seeing, not the weaponry you want to be taking into a fight like this. Yami throwing over the HE grenade. Not quite going to catch anyone, though. Mick pushing up fast, though. The smoke there, going to block the line of vision and may just be the lifesaver for his teammate.
Oh, Mercury's under so much pressure here. There's no way that you fight the way out of that situation. He needed the support from his teammates and then completely smoked off. Kaze, lovely shot. They can't deny this plant. Spams are through, but Advent doesn't fancy his chances at rattling off those shots. With 12 HP, he's waiting for his teammates. He wants to be the bait. He wants to be the man to trade. And Yami could be the absolute difference maker here. Kaze has played an unbelievable couple of rounds, but Yami needs to spam through and deny this defuse. He's just not going to be able to. It's going to be third hit for the CT side. The scoreline going to be tied up. ATOX without any money really as well. Obviously the bomb plant gives them a little bit of extra cash, an extra $800. So it'll be sooner before they can buy again. but it's not going to be that investment in this one right here. So 5yclone likely to be able to take the lead, and maybe I've jinxed them. They get the 3-round count, and now things are going sour.
They are indeed. Now, we've seen some absolutely massive presence here out mid. Look at them just running it down as well. They do not want to give them any space to breathe here.
Yeah, a lot of pressure early on.
Coolest just forced there just to not take anything, not even get a chance to peek that corner as well.
Coolest. Patient in the bottom of middle. Now the smoke's come in and it's kind of forced him away a little bit. No one's looking to force the issue here. No one's looking to make any hyper-aggressive plays. They're on a bit of a half buy, so there is an investment into this. If they were just on Glocks, I reckon they'd just send it out mid and try and get it done with, try and take 1 or 2 to the grave with them. With a buy as such, I think that, yeah, they're definitely entertaining the idea of something a little more structured. Advent takes the contact, but sees a little too many to deal with. So he's going to fall back, but overwhelmed by Coolest, and maybe they've got a bit of equity in this.
They do, and that's 2 AKs on their side as well, which is incredibly dangerous. You know, and the Deagles as well. You just need a couple of good shots from that, and you really have a round on your hands out of nothing, seemingly. Zaya going to be cool to stand and hold on to the site here, hold down the fort. No utility to really flush him out. I say that. 1 last smoke in the bank, and that's it.
Zaya. Oh, okay, JamYoung's the man that's just kept himself dead silent. And that's the issue when you haven't got the control towards main, you're coming in through Donut. It's so difficult to clear big box. And, well, you've just got to cross your fingers and hope no one's lingering. That's beautifully played from JamYoung. And a round that looked like it definitely could have gone sour recovers itself perfectly. ATOX back onto the buy, but yeah, again, it's one that doesn't come without contingencies. Mick down to the Galil, no AWP available, and Kaze still causing them some massive problems with this sniper, and has no imminent threat just yet.
Absolutely not. They have not been able to counter by that AWP either, so they haven't had that opportunity to have that sort of AWP on AWP battle. For Kabal, though, look at that run up into the smoke, though. The space taken is absolutely huge. Yami there, getting that pick. Keeps the man advantage, keeps the man disadvantage in their takeover. Nice little bit of a think there, and it is now a 2-on-2. But Mick, to try keep this competitive. That's like trained on this angle as well, knows where they are, but just sort of has to hold on to this. 2-on-1 with the AWP, not really an ideal situation here.
Definitely winnable, though. If there's anyone I'd want in this situation, it probably would be Kaze right now. The fact that the bomb's right out in no man's land as well makes this very plausible. Very good smoke on the fly there. ATOX giving them a bit of space for it. 50 seconds left on this clock, and they're working their way through cave. Kaze instantly peeks out. They almost line up for him. Is he really going for a fight here? Kaze, what on earth are you doing, my friend? Oh.
Betrayed by the shoulder there.
I didn't like that. I didn't like that. The first peak, fantastic. The fact that he's fighting for the second is kind of wild. But he just overstays his welcome. He really overstays his welcome there. Didn't want to play the mind games. He wanted to kind of play that round on his own terms. And the second that he missed his shot, it was kind of all over. But yeah, in that 1v1 situation, definitely could have fallen away. Let him sort of slow things down. Maybe he has to rotate back around to the A bomb site or something of the sort. But yeah, didn't want to be doing so.
I thought he was going to go for the no-scope, genuinely.
Yeah, it felt that way.
Ooh, spam through the smoke finds a little bit of damage there, but just really to keep them at bay there. Sort of covering fire, per se. Mercury does spot the head there. SMG, not really the weapon to be trying to take that fight. Not over the top of the box, at least.
Kabal.
Oh. Slowly pushing up there. Find himself a little bit of footing on the map. He's in a really interesting position here as well, because he's here to cut off any sort of rotation that looks like it's going to come through.
Bit of a stack up over towards this B-bomb site as well, as things have just slowed down, tapped on the brakes here. ATOX have realised that yeah, this is the way to go about playing against this CycLone roster. If they just take a slower approach, they clear their corners, they realise that actually, inherently, they've been given quite a lot of map control. Now, very, very close, Advent. Oh, no.
Caught with utility out.
Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, jiggling, thinking that someone's going to be playing a little bit wider. They actually hug the wall. JamYoung now under so much pressure, but runs through the smoke. I thought he might be able to get the drop onto Dobu instead. He gets a clock bullet to the noggin, and it will be a 5th here for ATOX, trading back and forth, but still maintaining control. And CycLone, the bank, again, it's broken, and they're not going to have a loss bonus either. So cash is going to be dire.
It is. The CT economy absolutely punishing. So that's a round that they really needed to win there. Now, interesting to look at that sort of battle on site there. The smokes, absolutely insane. People pushing through them and disrespecting the smokes left, right, and center. Sort of ships in the night, ships in the smoke with people running into each other even in those smokes. The SMGs, sort of ideal for that situation, but just not coming out on top there. And we finally have an AWP in the hands of ATOX as well. Will be interesting to see how they use this on T side here.
Yeah, you're right. We really haven't seen too many opportunities for Coolus to actually pull out that snipe. He opts against it. He's going to drop it over to Mick. So, interesting approach.
Who's going to drop it over to Yami, actually? They're playing past the AWP here.
Huh. Yeah, I was thinking, why have they done this? Yeah, with Yami, it makes a little more sense. It's not even spawn-based either. Coolus actually had the best spawn to be taking the peak. Instead, he's going to try and fly in with the Mach 10, take first contact. They're only up against an eco, though, so like, there's not going to be any resistance. And yeah, they've guessed correctly here anyway. So CycLone walking all the way through A, no one's home. They'll come in and try and do a bit of damage, right? But that's really the best they're going to try and get out of this.
Kabal here. In the perfect position, is going to be overwhelmed there, but had the read, can tell his teammates where they are all coming from. They are just going to opt to run away, though. I don't see them trying to take this fight. Timer is already too far gone. They don't have the weaponry. They are just going to take that AK and sort of take that into the next round.
It's the right call to make here. It's now just protect the president, right? JamYoung's found himself an AK and it wants to bring it into the next. So
yeah. We're very much in a save meta at the moment, which is I don't particularly enjoy. I think, you know, watching save rounds is always sad because you just got to watch someone sort of cower and spawn and pray for 2 minutes. But it is definitely the right call to make, as you said, protect the president. And he will be allowed to keep hold of this AK as well. So often we see them take the AK and have to pass it over to a teammate. But AK will remain firmly in JamYoung's hands here.
It's interesting because from like a viewer perspective, yeah, saves are super boring. But with the tease of a potential MR13 system in CS2, that will definitely change the way that the games are played in terms of saves. There's just less rounds, right? Therefore, you just can't always justify saving weapons. Oh, lovely bit of aggression. Now, Kabal does actually take out Messiah's teammate before falling, so it is a 1-for-1 trade, and Messiah's taking a lot of damage in the process as well. So, a duel that definitely favours ATOX. Thins out those defences as well. Now a 2-2 setup. It feels like ATOX still leaning over towards B here, but they've got plenty of time to make their minds up, to back off elsewhere. CycLone have made a gamble call, and it's the wrong one. Oh, this round's out of the window already.
It is indeed. Ancient, definitely a map of retake, so if they wanted to go for it, the potential is still there. But look, I think they've sort of smelt that something's amiss here, and they have started moving people back over to B. It's whether they can get them there in time. Bomb hasn't gone down yet. They have sort of got a little bit of presence there. They're not going to contest the plant, of course, but they have the ability to go straight into that retake.
Yeah, unable to deny that plant, but they're definitely hot on their heels, aren't they? Dropped early, lovely flash from Dobu. I mean, it just makes it so easy for Mick. And off the back of those two, that's it. Round called off. They want nothing more to do with this. Bring those rifles into the follow-up.
Retake over as soon as it started there. The moment we said, you know, it's on, ATOX turned around. Absolutely nothing going to be allowed here as well. Brilliant. ATOX taking a little bit of a lead here, a little bit more of a comfortable position here. 1 round away from winning the half at the very least.
I really don't understand why CycLone would down to the weapons that they were on here. Now, obviously, like a couple of players going down to the masses to have that extra util, but we saw an MP9 in play. We saw Mercury with $3,400 left in the bank post-buy. It was like, yeah, they were sort of unnecessarily going down to some of these weaker weapons, potentially off of positional kind of a basis. But yeah, I don't know. It just felt like they didn't have enough firepower there. All of their one-for-one gunfights felt lackluster. They felt like the FAMASs, the MP9s weren't enough against the AK-47s. JamYoung, has he got a gun somewhere, or is he just rocking this USP?
I think he's just rocking the USP.
Oh, wow.
You can tell it's dire when one of your star players is forced onto a pistol. Oh, caught on the reload there is Advent. That's unfortunate. Karze there to punish as well. Try to keep this competitive. And they actually have I say they have the man advantage. They have now just lost it. Even Steven said lots of damage done onto ATOX though. Karze waiting for that peak post-plant here. Won't be given it though.
Huh, well, a 3-on-3. JamYoung still got himself a USP though. He hasn't found a gun as of yet. Trade is good, but still no weapons, and he's having to peek out and fight an AWP with a pistol. Okay, can't quite save his teammate, but he will be able to wrap around and find an AK. 1v1, he's got a kit, he's got multikill, and just needs to win this duel with Kabal. Doesn't fancy using any of those nades, just wants to go in with raw firepower. He's the star player, of course. And despite the fact that they're losing, he's still the top fragger on the server, and by quite a decent margin. So he's going to be brimming with confidence. Wins the round, picks up an AWP. He'll be able to drop that over to Karze, who, yeah, he's been doing bits with it. And the scoreline, well, it closes up a little bit. ATOX aren't able to run away with things just yet.
Not just yet. Now, when we were talking about that pistol, you know, none of those kills that he got there initially, none of the first 2 kills were with anything but the pistol there. So that was an absolutely insane round, showing why he is the star player, of course. And almost double the kills of his next teammate.
Yeah. Scenarios like that as well, you can sort of justify him just saying, yeah, you know what, it's cool. I'll drop down to a pistol, I'll find a kill, and then I'll just pick up a gun. It's no trouble, no sweat. Big opening, but no support from Cave. Dobbo trades it, but Mercury bites right back. It's absolutely perfect. As Dobbo, oh, okay, all right.
That second kill was clean.
Advent, what are you doing, Advent? Oh no! Oh, why has he pushed the smoke like that?
What started as such a good round has so quickly got out of hand here as well. The headshots have been crispy and clean today as well. Bomb digits will be punched in there as well. And now it is just Karze on that AWP. Not really the ideal weapon for this situation, but they have the chance to close it out here. Ooh. I thought that clipped the wall there, just missed it as well. Switches over to the AK for this last kill as well. Has a kit on hand. Won't get a chance to use it though. 8th round on the board.
I was about to say that's unfortunate, but it just isn't. That was just a terrible round from 5yclone. They got off to such a good start. Now, obviously, JamYoung sort of overstays his welcome in lower mid. When he finds that opening pick, there's no reason for him to be sticking around unless they've got a smoke over towards the B ramp. Unless he's got support from Cave, which he didn't. So he was just completely exposed. But it actually doesn't end up being a massive issue. Mercury finds himself a double kill. They've got a massive advantage, and then they completely throw it away. Really poor stuff.
Cheeky bit of team damage at the start there as well. Coolest taking a knife to the back. I love pointing out every time because, you know, we're all human. We've all done it.
Yes. Yeah, it's awkward at times like this. If they were against a gun round, I think it would have a little more weight to it. But the reality is they're against an eco. This should be a bit of a breeze. All about damage control here. Try not to lose these rifles. Messiah. Oh. No, okay. He's not going to be able to catch him. He's not going to be there quick enough. They're going to wrap back to B. Look at the position of Yami.
Oh, that's perfect. Messiah might have a chance here to catch off Coolest. Will take over that AK as well. Suddenly, it's a little bit scary. Losing the man advantage. 2 rifles as well. Kabal biting back a little bit there as well as Bomb will go down. Kabal there. That kill on the flanker. Going to be sort of the nail in the coffin here. I don't really see them being able to do too much there. But Karze falling as well. It's just kills left, right, and centre, really. Not much that Messiah here can do. Will opt to just keep hold of this AK. Will he be allowed to, though? That's the question.
Yeah, he's
They're
under a
hunting.
lot of pressure here, a lot of pressure. And of
They know
course,
where he is.
there's no chance of winning the round, even if he somehow pulls off a masterclass and finds all 3 kills. It's too far gone, but he's only good for 1.
Now
9 to 5. Double-digit half obtainable here for ATOX.
It is, and that is really ideal, especially going onto the CT side, no less. You know, definitely is 1 at the half at the very least, and with a little bit of a buffer as well, gives them that, you know, that leeway if pistol and conversion don't really go their way. So really strong showing here from ATOX, but of course 1 more round, little bit of fuel left in the tank just to try get a little bit closer, close that gap a little bit for CycLone.
Yeah, mate. Under a bit of pressure here, starts to work his way up the smoke again. Middle control taken. ATOX have been really good at just popping in their util, getting that smoke up towards Red Room. Taking a lot of ground. Incendiary will force 1 forward. Kabal catches him with his pants down. Messiah dropped. And the early advantage again here for the T side.
Absolutely. Just sort of tapped away is Kabal there, trying to keep it even Stevens here on the scoreline. He also go back and forth there. Cool is taking down Mercury. Kaze with a kill right back as well. 3 on 3. Ooh, clinical execution there from Yami. And it is JamYoung who is going to have to hold on to this side.
Well, he's not expecting one coming in from his left, though. That was, yeah, a little hard to watch. You could see it coming. 10 to 5. We're going to jump to a short break, folks. On the return, we'll be back with the second of this map. Welcome back, everybody. Second half about to commence here between CycloNe and ATOX. Now, remember, this is ATOX's map pick, but they're certainly pulling off a better result than I think we were both expecting. If they can take this second half pistol round, they'll be on to a winner. And Kabal, oh, look at the aggression. Look at this.
Tapping them out of the round. Clean headshots all round. Headshot for you, headshot for you. Look at them go. Absolutely incredible round here. It would have to be the ace here for JamYoung. They want the knife.
Oh my goodness. Surely not. Surely
not.
This is relentless. Oh, okay, there we go. My man,
I got scared for a second. I saw the jump with the knife. I was like, not like this, not like this.
Yeah, you kind of see it. You see it happening, right? You see the stars aligning. I respect the attempt. I respect the attempt big time. But yeah, lovely stuff. Absolutely brilliant round from ATOX. A brilliant read as well. And actually, to be honest, when they were on their T side, I didn't see too many situations where I thought, oh, that felt like a bit of a counter strat. But that one right there really did. It really felt like they were aware that CycloNe were going to go for heavy mid presence on the pistol round, and yeah, they combated it with aggression of their own. 3 players there, and yeah, they just shut it down completely. Just up against these bots, they shouldn't have too much resistance, but actually making a bit of a mess of this.
Only resistance they were really having there was number of bullets left in the chamber there. They were running out of ammo with so many bodies, but clean round nonetheless, and that is 12 on the board, over double the rounds of CycloNe, of course. So this is going to be, it's going to be an uphill battle if they want to come back from this as well. Now, CycloNe opting not to buy in, sticking with the Glocks once again. Oh, timeout, sorry, timeout called.
Huh.
I didn't see that for a second, sorry. So, what do you think they're discussing then? What do you think they're having? Because, of course, losing the pistol like that and the conversion subsequently, what do you think the conversation's looking like for them?
This is difficult because I think this is actually a pretty good time to call a pause. Things are definitely getting out of hand, and they've got to make a decision here on whether, despite the fact that they don't have a lot of money, they do try and force the issue and go for a buy here, but then subsequently take the risk that if they end up losing the round, then they'll most likely give ATOX a full team, or they drop down to the eco, they have full investment in the follow-up, but yeah, then they're cutting things pretty fine. Now they go for the buy here. It's the right call to make. When you look at ATOX's buy up right here, it's 2 MP9s, an M4, and 2 FAMASs. They're playing a little bit of a bonus. So if there's any ticket in here for CycloNe, it is right here, right now. But if they lose this round, I can't help but feel this map's pretty much over. Spams through. Not connecting just yet. CycloNe playing this one a little bit slower. In fact, playing this round much slower than we've seen their T-side so far.
Absolutely. They are willing to just sit back, wait for somebody else to make the mistake first. Of course, Yami pushing up really far here. A little bit of spam to give away the location, but just making sure that nobody's pushing up mid, keeping a control, keeping that information as well under their thumb. Kaze and Mercury both getting kills here. Opens up the round a little bit. This is what we wanted to see. We said, you know, the weapon advantage really coming into this as well. And this is the opening that they need to get back into, not only this round, but the game as a whole.
It certainly does open up the door of opportunity. Bit of a gamble stack here for ATOX. Doesn't quite pay off just yet, but there's contacts made in mid. They are going to start to push through and actually try and get a bit of a fast flank going. Good damage dealt through that smoke. Massive from Yami. And they're going to throw themselves at this. They've kind of got nothing to lose. They're playing a bonus round, so other than the they're happy to drop this for massive P9. The issue is things are not going too well for them. Yami, well, we'll take one, but that is all she wrote here for this round. As he'll back off, it'll be 12-6, an uphill climb for CycloNe, but at least
it's a start.
Managed to climb up onto the first step.
Absolutely. Now, 6 rounds in a row to get back to even here, or 6 rounds just generally to get back to even, of course. Not ideal, as we said. We'll pick up that, we'll switch over the weapon there, will Advent. Upgrades for everyone, which will give them the ability to sort of have that full... We haven't seen them have many rounds where they've all had, you know, full AKs, or full rifles, per se. So it will be interesting to see. They should be able to sort of have the firepower in this round. ATOX, money, okay. They really need to win this round, though, or it will start looking shaky for them again. We saw that sort of economy was a massive issue for CycLone on their CT half. So ATOX desperately trying to avoid sort of the pitfalls that they fell into.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, this will be obviously the first round on the T side. We'll see CycLone with the full configuration of premium rifles. But yeah, you're right. They didn't have very many rounds at all in the game as a whole, where they've been able to have a full buy without contingencies. That CT economy is always a little bit harder to manage, and they struggled. They struggled to manage it. Buy up here for the CT side, but far from perfect. Still feels like what we saw in the last, 2 FAMASs and an MP9 surrounding those M401Ss, 2 kits, few players without the helmets. Now, that doesn't really make too much difference, but the lack of util certainly might. And slow stuff again, CycLone just trying to bait out what little utility the defence have got to work with. So far, they're being super conservative with it.
They are. There's not much to work with, so they have to be quite conservative here. And we see a little bit popped out here as well. Getting ready for the execute. That Molotov going to put a little bit of a spanner in the works there as well. Hold them off a little bit, and it looks like they're gonna. Looks like they're packing up and moving again. B-bomb site has been abandoned once again. Opting mid to A here. There will be a little bit of a fight here coming up in Donut.
Oh, so much pressure on these CT players. The MP9 goes 1 for 1. That's fine. As does the FAMAS. You can absolutely shrug off those kind of duels as the trades are perfect. Dobu, Mick. They've done it all. The C4 down. A beautiful flash. Mercury has to fall away. They can't quite catch him as he retreats. But with 10 seconds left, there's no time to grab this bomb and go to B. He has to funnel into the site. And he'll be walking right into a crossfire that Mick will get rolling. 13-6. ATOX fight right back with a weak buy. And it's perfect. It's just absolutely perfect. I love that in Donut. Normally the 1-for-1s benefit the T side, but when you've got an MP9 trading 1-for-1 with an AK and a FAMAS doing the same, yeah, you've always got the advantage there. And ATOX, they snowball off of it. It's perfect.
They do indeed. We still see that FAMAS coming out, of course. No reason to throw it away. Put it to good use as well. But 13 on the board for ATOX. It's starting to get scary for CycLone. There's not really much contingency or leniency they have anymore. We can see that the utility, of course, really light on the ground here for them.
Yeah, mate. Just trying to peek in and get a little bit of early info.
Ooh.
Big commitment on the buy here for CycLone. This would be a huge round to win, and Mercury on his entries. Oh, he's had a couple of rounds that he's just taken matters into his own hands, and this is certainly one of them.
Absolutely, Mercury spearheading this as well.
And they just go safe here as well. They want nothing more to do with this. They back right off. No interest in going for a retake. So CycLone back in the picture.
Absolutely. 7-13, still not ideal, but clawing ever closer to bringing this potentially to overtime, I can see. If they can get a couple more on the board. ATOX, however, it cannot be overstated how far ahead they are at the moment. No, it's closing the gap, but it's still an uncomfortable lead. But weapons passed across. The economy, however, it's not looking good for Mick and Dobu. There will be not much money there. We will see a very weak buy from them. And of course, utility also not going to be great subsequently.
Yeah, this is awkward.
It is like that 1400, 1500. Really not much here. As we said, you know, CT economy, very difficult to manage, as you said. I think it's just blatantly punishing sometimes. You know, you lose one misplaced round and it's all downhill and broken.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But with a couple of players on double eco around those saved rifles, there's no real choice but to buy.
There's a Mag 7!
I love it. I love it. Love to see this.
I love the shotguns.
Ooh, okay. Big kill from the FAMAS.
Absolutely, and that's the opening pick they really need, and it's the confidence as well, because it really puts a spanner in the works of CycLone's plan there, because they have to stop and reevaluate what they're doing now.
They certainly will. Up against a weak buyer like this, the last thing you want is to be dropping players early. Causes them some big problems.
A little bit worried here about Kabal on the Max 7 because he is on the wrong site here and trying to come back in and retake with that shotgun. Really not ideal. To be nice about it, it's so far from ideal as to be untrue.
45 seconds and slow stuff here for 5yclone once again. They are cutting this rather fine. Smoke in. No offensive util here for the CT side. So they're using their smokes to sort of keep their opponents at an arm's length. But is it going to send them elsewhere? Bomb yet to move. They are going to commit to this B execution. And there's 3 defenders. Soon to be 4. They're so ready for this.
They are. They need to get that bomb on. They need to get a couple of kills really early on here and cleanly as well because they do not have time to be playing with here. Ooh.
Lovely entry from Kaze at the time. Completely goes out the window unless they can deny this plant. Dolman, maybe priority's not quite in order there. I mean, big kill onto the cave player, but all he needed to do was deny that plant and it could have been round in their favour. Now they've got to fight for it. Man advantage still in their hands. No util left for anybody here except that single flashbang, but it doesn't matter. The firepower leaning to the T's. It's absolutely perfect. And Kabal left with just the Mag 7. He does good damage, but no kill found. The 5yclone seemed to pull a round out of a hat there. That was
unexpected.
Yeah, quite impressive.
I absolutely love to see that. That was played beautifully. I got a little bit scared by how close they were cutting it as well. But those last minute executes, of course, something that, you know, X-Ray Atom was really known for as well as their sort of hyper-aggression towards the end there. But ATOX forced back onto pistols, a sum total of no utility, no weapon support. So this is going to be an interesting round. They've opted not to gamble stack here as well, to spread out, try to find a little bit of damage around the map.
Ooh, okay, well, good damage, considering it's just the USPs. JamYoung tagged right down low. They are going to start to regroup and hit towards A. They've realised this is a full eco and there's no need to be taking individual gunfights. They can play this one as a unit.
They can indeed. First player will fall, and it is Kabal. Now, nobody else really able to do anything here. A little bit of wild spam, desperately trying to find the planter, but will not be able to, of course. Might just be going for exits here, it's looking like. They don't really want to go for this. They don't have the weaponry. No kits as well, so it's already too close to go for it.
Yeah, I mean, they don't want to be feeding their opponents. Obviously, they've got nothing to lose here, but you still get a couple $100 for every kill. So, yeah.
And that is a kill in their favor as well.
Yeah, now
they're not able to retrieve the weapon.
There's no way. Oh, okay. All right, playing whack-a-mole, and the T's seem to be struggling with it, and that's huge damage. That's absolutely huge. 3 kills found. The bomb helped him out a little bit there, but that's perfect.
Bomb took out 2. The bomb does not discriminate between CT and T, of course. So that's really good damage done, of course. We can see Coolest back on the AWP as well. Hopefully, this is the firepower they need. Of course, they've been struggling a little bit in this CT half. Hopefully, this is the firepower that they need to get themselves back into this. Stop the 5yclone getting too out of hand here. Ooh.
Trying to cross on to the A site. Kabal didn't seem ready to take that gunfight. He was caught by surprise, but still manages to come out on top. So man advantage leaning in their favour. Flick is beautiful, but only hits the leg of Coolest.
Coolest, however.
Back. This is surely a CT round, signed, sealed, and delivered. And Messiah left in a 1v3. He's got to try and deny that, but not a chance in hell. Coolest on a lovely little angle. It's 14 hit for ATOX as they draw closer and closer to the finish line, slowly but surely.
Absolutely. We are one round away from, of course, game point, map point. That's a really dangerous position to be in as well, because suddenly you have no contingency rounds. You have nothing to play with, and you have to you've got to put the pedal to the metal every single round until the game is over at that point, which can be very scary, of course, very high intensity as well. So desperately going to be trying to keep ATOX away from match point here. Nade to the face there. Consumed that grenade.
Ooh, okay, good early damage onto Kaze as well. This is such a big round for ATOX. This would be such a big map for them to pick up as well, having the advantage in the series.
Definitely would help.
Confidence boosting. You can see the shadows, but they peek a little wider than expected. And the trade's there for 4v4.
And not only that, kills going back and forth, giving them the man advantage as well. This is looking really good for ATOX here. Health low on the side of Cyclone.
Yeah, it felt like the T's fell like flies there, and I started adding it up, and I was like, hold on, this doesn't quite calculate. And then I realised that Kaze got a team kill, so...
Mathin'.
Yeah, the maths was not mathin'. Advent having a really, really rough game here as well. He's on 4 kills. Struggling to have impact, and he might not have any opportunity to redeem himself. At least not in this match. Big kill from the alley. All down to Messiah. Lovely first. He's trying to keep his team alive. Denying the match points. And oh, not quite. He was good for 2, but Kabal was ready and waiting. 15 here for ATOX. 6 chances to close out Ancient.
6, but it has to be 6 in a row, no less, as well. And we have not seen 6. We haven't seen that many rounds put together in a row across the entire map so far. So it would have to be unprecedented for this team to sort of pull this back as well. Money is in a sticky situation as well. Not really ideal going into this really sort of uphill battle here. Galil's all round. Couple of smokes, couple of flashes as well.
Okay. Oh, that's a shame. I like the change of pace there. When you see 5 Galils and no util, you think, oh, this is rough. But yeah, actually, they change the pace a little bit. They try and get in that early gunfight. They've lost 2 men early. I think this round, this game is done and dusted. Mick picking up should be one of the final kills of this map. Kaze dropping as the penultimate casualty, and Messiah, well, quite a familiar situation for him. A 1v5 and no hope in hell. He does manage to take one, spins around, think onto Kabal, but that's going to be things all wrapped up. 16-9, beautiful, beautiful map from ATOX.
Absolutely stellar stuff there as well. Now, not quite we were expecting coming into this as well. We said this is a map that both teams have played a little bit of as well. That sort of course, it was the pick of ATOX, but Cyclone played it a lot recently as well. So, interesting matchup, absolutely incredible stuff. And if that's